I'm Stéphane Lozac'hmeur, and this is Olivier Moret. We work for the PETZL Foundation. We support projects that prevent accidents in the mountains. We also fund conservation and environmental projects. The PETZL Foundation has been actively involved in the Sustainable Summit Conference since 2014. The PETZL Foundation also organized the 2018 event in Chamonix. You can see the 31 videos from this conference on the PETZL Foundation website.
The Sustainable Summits Conference covers a range of topics, from climate change to mountaineering to accidentology. We are going to focus on the normal route to Mont Blanc, which is a very symbolic topic for the mountaineers today. Here we can see the normal route to Mont Blanc, which starts at the Tétrousse Refuge. And before arriving at the Goûter Refuge, mountaineers have to cross the Goûter Couloir, which is also known as the Death's Couloir for good reason. This is the busiest route to the highest summit in the Alps.
In July 2020, the PETZL Foundation made a short film to raise awareness of the dangers present on the normal route to the Mont Blanc. We wanted to make people aware of the dangers involved in crossing the Goûter Couloir. We also wanted to communicate on the scientific research into the causes of rockfalls. We hoped that our film would get people talking about ways to reduce the number of deaths in these black spots.
The couloir seems almost debonair. It's easy, not concerning even. But in fact, this couloir is a death slide. If you look at statistics, this place is one of the places with the highest accident rates in all of the Alps. And that is not acceptable.
Did you know that the Mont Blanc, rising to 4,809 meters, is the highest peak in the Alps? If it represents an object of fascination, as evidenced by the 20,000 climbers attempting the ascent every year, it is also one of the deadliest summits in the world. To conquer the summit, professional guides or amateur mountaineers alike must go through the Grand Couloir du Goûter, unavoidable on the normal route. It was dubbed, not without cause, the Death Couloir. Particularly dangerous because of the frequent rock falls, the Death Couloir and Goûter Edge were the scene of 102 mortal incidents between 1990 and 2017, nearing 4 deaths yearly. In 2017, 11 deaths were listed in the couloir or on the edge. How many more this year? How many more in the years to come?
We know it in advance. Ethically speaking, it is in the range of unacceptability. The idea is, if we can do something about it, we must do it, because human life is priceless. The goal was to have a better understanding of the conditions in which the rockfalls happen in the couloir du Goûter. We are a team of 12 researchers now working on this area. According to the traffic sensor, we counted 22,150 passings this year. We have the temperature, we have the ground temperature, we have the snow cover, we have the traffic, the rainfall, we have lots of data. We are here to contribute with knowledge so that solutions and informed decisions are implemented.
The Mont Blanc is an alpine story. The latest results of recent studies allow a better climbing preparation. Beyond individual measures, we need to collectively take a step in order to decrease the risk level on the normal route to Mont Blanc. The community recently adopted site regulatory and protection measures to avoid seasonal peaks of visitors, putting mountaineers in danger and degrading the Mont Blanc experience. But we did not go far enough in our search for solutions. Collective thinking, not tinted by taboo, would allow for minimalist layout adjustments to decrease the risk level in the Goûter area. As science advances, a forecast of rockfalls, such as those for avalanches, is not a distant dream anymore. Let's not resign ourselves to fatality. Solutions exist. Together, we can do more to decrease risk on the normal route to Mont Blanc.
Our film was viewed more than 500,000 times. Clearly, the subject interested a lot of people. So the PETZL Foundation decided to conduct a survey to find out more. We spoke to people who have a direct interest in the ascent of Mont Blanc. In fact, we contacted roughly 400 people in total.
We asked people to evaluate 15 proposals designed to restore the Mont Blanc experience. We received 121 answers. First, let's have a look at which proposals were the most popular. But we will also look at the proposals which were rejected by the respondents.
The most popular proposal was an earlier departure of the Mont Blanc train. A 6 a.m. departure from Saint-Gervais would allow climbers to start the ascent at 7 a.m. This would mean that climbers could cross the Goûter Couloir before 10 a.m. to avoid the peak rockfall period in the day.
The next three most popular proposals were: first, better communication about the risks on the normal route in several languages. Second, create a national or international Mont Blanc park. And finally, conduct further scientific research to better understand the causes of rockfalls.
The next 5 proposals also had a pretty good score. First, increase the number of information signs between Saint-Gervais station and the Tête-Rousse refuge.
Find a new, safer route that bypasses the dangers of the Goûter Couloir on ridge.
Encourage climbers to ascend Mont Blanc over 3 days.
Set up a rockfalls forecast system.
And finally, ensure access is limited to skilled climbers by removing the cables in the couloir and on the ridge.
The next 3 proposals were not among the favorites. First, set up cooperation between local stakeholders for environment and visitor traffic issues. Second, provide accommodation at the Tête-Rousse refuge and limit the Goûter refuge to emergency accommodation only. Finally, install protective rock guards at the entrance and exit of the Goûter Couloir.
These last 3 proposals were rejected by the respondents. First, build a pedestrian tunnel under the Goûter Couloir. Second, allow access to the normal route to permit holders only. The last proposal was to make it mandatory to climb with a high mountain guide when conditions are challenging.
At the end of the survey, we asked the respondents to come up with their own proposal. A number of guides and amateur mountaineers said that the marketing pressure on the normal route should be reduced.
This survey asked people from the field for their opinion. What did they think should be done to reduce pressure on the Mont Blanc normal route? It's interesting that they felt that permit and new infrastructure are not their answer, but they believe that protection measures, research, and better communication could help. The PETZL Foundation is talking to the Mont Blanc train operator about the early morning train. We are optimistic that this 6 o'clock train will be running very soon. This would be a big step forward in the reduction of accidents in the Goûter Couloir.
The main objective of our survey was to steer future strategy for the Mont Blanc normal route. We believe the Sustainable Summit Conference is an opportunity to share best practices for our mountains, one of the last areas on the planet where human presence is merely transient.
The role of the Sustainable Summits Conference is incredibly important today, because we need to reach out to the people who make the decisions that protect our high mountains for humanity. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you for your attention.